wutr.org.
Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
And a good Thursday evening to everybody. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking the return to average temperatures after the cool and rainy day that we had yesterday, although we definitely needed that rain. 77 degrees out there right now in downtown Utica under abundant sunshine, winds out of the south-southwest at 5 miles an hour. An overall wind direction as opposed to yesterday, where most of the time the winds were out of the northeast, and the dew point is at 55. Temperatures from other portions of the region right now are cooler down toward the south, where we've had some clouds. Temperatures generally there into the low and mid 70s, but as you head from the thruway up toward the north, it's more like the mid to even upper 70s in some locations, but still much better than it was yesterday, and it feels much better, as much as 12 to 20 degrees depending on where you are across our area. So we like to see that much closer to average for where we should be at this time of year. The radar also dry. Again, a stark contrast to the way it was yesterday, and it'll remain that way through tomorrow and Saturday before we start to experience some changes on Sunday. We do have a stalled frontal boundary off toward our south that was with us yesterday, and also some showers as well. The outer rain bands of Hurricane Erin, as you can see, are being detected from the radar. Of course, there's no radar data once you get far offshore, but off toward the west we have an area of high pressure located over north central Wisconsin. It'll continue to move to the east and strengthen. Will be with us during the day tomorrow as well as for the first half of the weekend, keeping things dry and warmer as well. So we've got Category 2 Hurricane Erin as of the 5 p.m. advisory with 100-mile-an-hour winds, moving now to the northeast at 20 miles an hour. So it's been moving faster than it has been for most of the last week, and even beyond that, we still have several areas of tropical activity to watch as we head through the weekend and into the start of next week as well. Although at this time, there are no current immediate threats to the U.S. East Coast and here in central New York. Certainly something we'll be keeping an eye on as we head into late August and early September. And keep in mind, the peak of hurricane season occurs on September 10th, typically. Overnight tonight, we'll have clear conditions as well as some patchy fog. I'll show you that in a second. Temperatures in the 50s. Tomorrow we'll get into the mid and upper 70s, lower 80s with abundant sunshine, a light breeze. Saturday, we'll see a few clouds out there, but we'll definitely see more of those clouds late in the day. Now, I mentioned some of that fog, just like we've seen the last couple of mornings, especially down toward the south, where you've had more moisture. There could be some patchy fog out there, although I don't expect it to be a widespread problem tomorrow. Temperatures, as I mentioned, in the valley into the low 80s, middle and upper 70s to the north and south of the valley, but still looking like a beautiful day. And Saturday's looking pretty good as well. We'll be between 80 and 85. Sunday more like 75 to 80 with some heavy downpours as well as even a few storms. There could be another 1 to 2 inches of rain, and then Monday we dry things out. Tuesday there could be some lake effect rain showers because the jet stream above our heads will be rather cold as we head into the start of next week, and some of that could make its way down to the surface here as well. But before we get to that, I should say, we'll have a beautiful start to the weekend with Friday and Saturday highs into the low and mid 80s, and those storms, we'll have to watch out for those as we head into Sunday. Thomas, back to you.
Thank you, Jordan. Still to come.
Now, your eyewitness weather forecast.
And a good Thursday evening to everybody. I'm meteorologist Jordan Reed, tracking the return of some summer-like weather before a taste of fall returns as we head into the start of next week. But definitely looking a lot better than it was for most of the day yesterday. 61 degrees most of the day yesterday. We were in the 50s for most of the day, and that's under clear skies. Dew point has come up a little bit. It's 59, but still fairly comfortable with a southeasterly breeze at 3 miles an hour. Other readings from around the region, we've got 60s in the valley and over Oneida County, but up toward the north and really for most of our area, we already have numbers down into the 50s, where Oneonta is exactly 50 at this time. In Camden and Boonville, it is 64 degrees as well. Numbers are going to come down a few more degrees as we head through the overnight hours. So will the dew points. So that means that, just like we've seen the last couple of nights, there could be some patchy fog, especially the further south that you had, because that's where we had more rain over the last couple of days. Dew points mainly in the 50s, but a couple of spots off toward the east are in the 40s, like Johnstown at 49. The radar is dry right now. Certainly a stark contrast to yesterday when we had over an inch of rain in many locations. Much needed rain, by the way. And here's what we're dealing with right now. We've got an area of high pressure coming into the UP, or the lower peninsula of Michigan, I should say, the northern portion of it. At the same time, there's that stalled frontal boundary that impacted our area yesterday, and we also have the outer rain bands of Hurricane Erin making their way, pinwheeling their way over toward the southern New England coast, obviously not impacting it other than just the rough surf, which impacted ferry service, as well as some beach erosion earlier this afternoon, in addition to Hurricane Erin, which is a Category 2 storm, still with winds of 100 miles an hour. Moving to the east-northeast at 22, we have several areas of tropical activity to watch over the Atlantic, and while there are no currently immediate threats to the East Coast or here in central New York at this time, we'll certainly keep our eye on that as we head into late August and early September as we reach the peak of hurricane season. September 10th is typically when we see that. Back here closer to home, we'll have clear skies and cool conditions overnight tonight. A lot of sunshine tomorrow afternoon thanks to that high pressure in control. And we'll see a brief increase in clouds late in the day. I think more clouds as we go through Saturday and maybe an uptick in the humidity as well. Highs on Saturday between 80 and 85. And then we'll see more clouds working their way in Saturday night into Sunday in advance of another system heading our way. Now, visibility for most of us won't be a problem waking up tomorrow morning, but toward the southwest, there could be a few areas that do see reduced visibility, as well as some fog, and temperatures tomorrow making their way into the low 80s. Rain chances remaining low up until we get into Sunday, and again on Tuesday. Tuesday, there could be some lake effect rain showers thanks to the jet stream pulling in some colder air. But as far as Sunday is concerned, there could be another 1 to 2 inches of rain and maybe a few embedded thunderstorms in there. Thomas, I'll send it back to you.
Thank you, Jordan. Still